lot of cerulean. The container is now filled to the brim with cerulean. If that one has been filled, you should hurry and take it to the snowcraft. The student has already seen to the rest. Go on ahead. The others asked that I remain here in the event they find me. Zero is definitely figuring out what it means to be human. He's basically been a void scent so long, it's very, very different for her. Very different from what she's used to. Snowcraft is all but overflowing with cerulean containers. However, several of your comrades have yet to arrive. Perhaps a nearby vantage point will afford you a more favorable view of their return. I love where my character looks. Obviously, I based her model kind of off of myself. But still.
Is Ritra not back yet?
You wouldn't normally think like red hair and then like purple like lipstick and then purple eyes, purple eyeliner would work, but it does. At least on my character. It all depends on your on the person's face.
My apologies for the delay.
Everyone has a slightly different skin tone, slightly
Are you
different
all
face
right?
structure, slightly different body fat percentage.
As distressing as this turn of events was, the
Different
eye
things
itself
work
gives
for
me
different
cause to
people.
hope. While it is no longer possessed of Ashdaya's will, it may yet lead us to her. Were it not for your encouragement, I would never have dared to embark on my search, much less come this far. I will not lose faith. I will find my sister, wheresoever she may be.
No.
We'll return the eye to her, together.
Though tainted, the eye has not fully succumbed to darkness. Ashdaya herself may have been able to resist its influence.
Succumb to the dark side of the Force.
Well, as much as we'd love to take part in your next foray, we can't abandon our efforts here.
Can't? Oh, man.
Indeed. We'll need to keep a close watch, in case the Voidgate opens again as well.
Watch closely. Keep your eyes.
Though should it prove safe to do so, I have some ideas for how we might put this village to use.
Do what you must. We will manage.
To free Ashdaya, I expect we will have to deal with Golbez once and for all. After which
Most
you may
likely.
undertake your work without worry.
We look forward to the glad tidings.
You'll take good care of everyone, won't you?
Obviously.
What? Why do you ask me this?
Because comrades look out for one another, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to keep them safe.
Well, what about me? What am I?
True.
Last I knew, I was stronger.
I will do no
than
less than I've promised.
by a long shot. If anyone's
If our
most,
respective plans are settled, then let us head back.
most qualified to keep others safe, I think it would be my character. I suppose this is where we must part ways for now. Though we have every faith in you, we will pray for your safety and all the same. I'm glad we had the chance to talk, Zero. Take care. Until next time. Till next time.
Ceruleum has been added to the Codex.
Am I right in assuming that we are to return to the Void? Now that, let's see. Now that happens, matters have been settled, yes, but first we should return to Razatan to prepare. When everyone is ready, let us convene at Mahututa.
Hello? Where's it at? That's it then.
If everyone is ready, then let us depart for Al-Zadal's legacy.
That looks perfectly fine.
What was that?
That's a good question, Captain Obvious.
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
It wasn't far from here. Let's go.
Are more creatures from the Void coming over?
Hey, you! Stop! If you're thinking of taking to sea, don't!
What has happened?
We were out working our nets when a light suddenly shot up over Bowflower Isle with a boom.
Yeah, we saw that too.
A massive fiend then took to the skies. Another blasphemy, we feared. But we didn't linger to find out.
Did you see where it was headed?
I can't say for sure, but it looked like it was northward bound.
I see. Our thanks for the warning, and do not let us keep you.
Might be best for him to pursue it in his dragon form. Might be the fastest way with him and Estinian. Him and Estinian together, I think,
Isle
might
is connected to
find it
Al-Zadal's
the
legacy.
fastest.
This cannot be a coincidence.
In response to Karnyatso's defeat, they have come for our gate.
Possibly.
So it seems.
Oh,
I would, as it... I shall assume my dragon form and seek it out at once.
okay. Yeah,
Wait.
it's the same kind of idea.
You heard the fisherman. A blasphemy, they called it.
It'd really
If
be
another
him
flying
and
creature was
Estinian.
sighted now, others will assume the worst and panic will spread. This is not the way.
What? They weren't gonna have panic if they see him. They know who he is. Doesn't even make sense. That kind of logic doesn't even make sense. They've already
You are
seen
right,
Varshan's form.
Estinian.
I don't know that Estinian is. I think Estinian should go
I
out
will
with
gather my soldiers and search the Isle for casualties.
Varshan, and especially
The
Estinian
fiend,
is
I leave
capable
to
of
you.
handling himself. Estinian has shown
The hunt
he's
will go
very
more
strong
swiftly with
before.
help.
Many
Zero,
times before.
might I prevail upon you to accompany her?
Very well.
Then Estinian and I will make for Alzadar's legacy and secure the gate.
Stay on your guard. The enemy is clever and will have anticipated our response.
Obviously.
Be safe, my friends, and may the sisters guide your steps.
Honestly, when he's in his dragon form, he could probably carry all of them. That would honestly be the fastest way to deal with it. I know the Fiend was headed north, but that still leaves a lot of ground for us to recover. Yeah, no duh. We need a way to conduct our search more efficiently. Do you have any ideas? In other words, we seek help from the locals. If you think it best, then very well. So, where then? How should I know? The Great Work and encampment at Hazana Hatchery. Both places are to the north, and the people there may have indeed seen something. Very well, I will head to the Great Work, and leave the encampment to you.
Confound it, we were so concerned with the explosion that we failed to recognize that the threat had not yet passed. We must alert the command at once and instruct the people to seek shelter. What? You mean to go there to investigate? And again, you are more than capable of defending yourself, as you wish. We will leave this in your hands. The Grand Skull ground is situated at the base of Kahidaka here. I myself am not familiar with the mountain paths, but the quarry workers are bound to know many. Portananias, for instance, he has worked there the longest. Go well, my friend, and may the sisters help you.
As if we need any help.
Hello, can you hear me? We were too late. The vault has been destroyed. The alchemical furnace with it.
Yeah, I mean, oh no.
This was their true objective, to deny us entry into the void. Kanyatso and Ajdaya's eye were a diversion. A means to detain us in Garlemald, while they went to work here. To reduce the vault to rubble. That which you hunt is no ordinary foe. Have care.
No risk, no reward. Oh. Looks fine.
Such an exquisite sight. A canvas of vibrant colors. As was our world, too, once.
I forget the part where that's my problem.
I am Rubicante, the archfiend of fire. A monster in flesh, yet in spirit I remain a man, a prisoner of the past. Such tears I wept when darkness consumed the world, until Lord Golbez came and spoke of salvation. Thus do I walk proudly at his side, to see his dream fulfilled. Your heart is pure. For benevolent cause you seek the dragon. But I cannot allow you to have it. Cannot allow you to interfere. If you would continue, then there is but one recourse. I shall await you at the summit. Come, mortal. Come and weigh your righteousness against mine.
So he's the aspect thing of fire. After this, I think it's just the one of water that remains other than Golbez himself.
Or you could go to the border and be there with a billionaire who is going to try to take his knowledge that he learned from trying to land on Mars and send satellites into the sky and dig tunnels under the ground and build electric cars on our roads. And he's going to take some of his knowledge as he live streams his appearance at the border, arguably the #1 issue plaguing this country that even Democrats got to admit. Except for one, Ayanna Pressley.
They have to admit it now that they're flooding into their states.
That it is a problem in this country that needs to be addressed. So he put on a T-shirt and he headed down. And
it's almost like you can't just take in literally millions of illegal immigrants and try to solve all of Mexico's problems for them. It's almost like they need to solve their problems themselves and get their own country in order and take control back from these drug cartels. And if they're not able to, then they need to ask for the help of other countries in order to get their shit in order, in order to fix their own shit. It's almost like it's their problem and they need to deal with it, not us.
Let X live stream it. He went there with Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez, and he's trying to get a hold of this. Do not be surprised if Musk has a way to solve this problem.
This is a live stream, his unfiltered visit with the Texas congressman. You know, he lives a little more than 200 miles away from where this is all happening in Eagle Pass, which is the kind of the epicenter of the migrant crisis right now. A tiny little town of 28,000 people. They've been totally overwhelmed with more than 7,500 in the past 2 days coming across the border. So here's Elon Musk in his black cowboy hat. You can see through his mirrored aviator glasses. He's live streaming his visit. He wants you to see what he's seeing. Watch.
I'm at Eagle Pass, just arrived, and we're just going to go around and talk to the major officials and law enforcement and whatnot that are here and just kind of eyeball the situation, get a sense.
It's reporter Elon Musk.
The raw feed you're seeing right here. So
he's doing the actual undercover reporting that the media is supposed to be doing, you know. That they're obviously not gonna do.
All right, with that,
he's doing actual journalism.
Let me preface this by also saying that I am, as an immigrant to the United States, I'm extremely pro-immigrant, and I believe that we need a greatly expanded legal immigration system, and that we should let anyone in the country who is hardworking and honest and will be a contributor to the United States. We should have expedited legal approval for anyone who sort of falls in that category. But then, by the same token, we should also not be allowing people in the country if they're breaking the law. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because we don't have any records on these people. A lot of these people are from the drug cartels. A lot of them are mass murderers, rapists. A lot of them are not a benefit to society. We don't have any way of knowing any of that because they're just completely unchecked, unfiltered.
sense. The law's there for a reason. But I think we want to do both things: smooth out legal immigration, and then stop sort of a flow of people that is of such a magnitude that is actually leading to a collapse of social services, where even America's largest city, New York, is buckling under the pressure of just how many illegal immigrants are going to New York. If New York can't handle it, well, pretty much no part of the country can.
Yeah, exactly.
We are full. And, you know, he's a Texan. He's got 2 businesses, one down by Brownsville,
lives in
along the coast. He's got a house, small, modest, in Austin, Texas. You know, he favors legal immigration because he came here to this country from South Africa legally. And that's one of the reasons why we just heard his 2-prong approach. Essentially, he gave the Elon Musk.
Like, currently, the immigration is just way too expensive for people coming from third world countries. It needs to be, you know, the immigration system needs to be paid for by the tax, you know, by the taxes that we pay to the government. Like, it shouldn't be getting paid by the people from other countries, because, like, these other countries are poor. They don't have a whole lot of money. They can't be paying for the whole immigration process, which is like $5,000. Like, in a lot of these countries, $5,000 is almost impossible to ever get your hands on ever, under any circumstances. Like, even selling your body in prostitution won't get you $5,000 in a lot of these countries. That's just how poor they are. So, like, yeah, our immigration process just needs to be completely reworked. It really does. Like, in all honesty, I think we should have immigration facilities where they get room and board paid for. They work for a period of time. The period of time that they're working pays for their immigration. It's also a fairly decent testing period to see, okay, do we really want this person in our country or do we not?
Treatment. He said there should be expedited legal approval to welcome hardworking and honest migrants, but you should bar entry for those who are breaking the law. And that means all the thousands who come across each and every day. The day before he went down to Eagle Pass, he posted on X, he said, we actually do need a wall, and we need to require people to have some shred of evidence to claim asylum to enter. He said, as everybody is doing that, it is a hack that you can literally Google to know exactly what to say. And so that's what's going on. He's saying that these people who are coming in, many of them working with cartels to get to the United States, they know exactly what to say because the federal law says if somebody says this, you got to let them in. And Lawrence, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and 90% of them, once they go through the process, don't even qualify for asylum. This is AOC. She has some words on X. She says, what's funny about this photo? No one said anything was funny, but okay. The House is holding important votes in D.C. tonight. People are scrambling to avoid a...
All right. Looks like we are in there. Oh. Yeah, it's not really a good situation at all. Like, we have way too many social services just in general. That's an 8-person raid? Wow. That's an
8-man. You stayed the course, as I knew you would. As too will I. Come!
You have stayed the course, as have I.
Pika Pika.
The Archfiend of Fire has no equal.
That's a lot of damage to everyone.
The glory of fire.
I have no idea what that is.
Flames the
Got lines. Are we supposed to stand on the lines or something? What are we supposed to do here? Yeah, we're all going this way. I have no idea what. Okay.
dark place for me.
I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, now we're just supposed to randomly go. Wait, what? Doesn't make any sense. What? I think if we cross the threads, we're rooted. So I don't know why people keep crossing the threads. I don't get that at all. That mechanic does not make any sense. I'm expecting other people to know how these mechanics work, and obviously they don't understand how it works either. Okay, so this is going backward. Oh no, this is going in a circle. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, he's really... Is this a proximity-based one? Okay.
Flames delicious here.
Okay, so like the only thing that I'm understanding here, we can't really go past these threads though, can we? I don't think we can. Are we supposed to get to the outside? I don't think so. Like, are we supposed to?
Dark flames to me.
Like what? We can't go across that thread though, right? I don't think we can, no. Okay, so now we're all rooted. Now we're all rooted right. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna ignore that when it comes up, honestly. Just keep doing my rotation. That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Try to avoid the threads and you don't get rooted, but then it roots you anyways, and then you're rooted where a thing was going to come up that you didn't know it was going to come up. What? There's no real telegraphing for that.
All will burn.
I mean, it just seems to be everywhere here. Okay, now we have balls that are coming out. Oh, well. Okay, evidently I got hit a lot worse than everyone.
You tread worthy enough of pride.
Who knows?
Will it be enough? I am one with the flame. You are the first to behold this form. The flame rise higher.
Okay, there was no warning of that. What?
To ashes with you.
Where's my mouse? Where is my mouse? There it is. Come on, stop not targeting. Okay, like what exactly are we even supposed to do here? This doesn't make any sense. We're supposed to go this way, and then people are just going out here. I guess we're just not supposed to be standing. Right now, half of us are still getting hit by it. Doesn't make any sense. Like now we're supposed to go this way. How do we know how far we're supposed to go? How do we know which one is going to hit? I think it's just one of them is going to go off, and it's going to be a cone shape, so it's best to just be standing where the cone shape is not.
Will remain.
I think it's just misleading with the arrows. The arrows should just be pointing outside. Okay, there's no, what the heck? There's no telegraph for that at all. It's like very last second telegraph.
The flames rise higher. To ashes.
We're supposed to supposedly go this way, and I think just stand like right here, honestly. Well, no, not stand there. Not stand there. That was not a great one. I'm not supposed to stand there. I guess that works. Is he dead then? I think that's it. Red mage can resurrect. Interesting. And heal.
It seems I was a step too slow.
Always.
To defeat all of us archfiends. You are strong indeed. You would know my lord's true purpose. Very well. The knowledge will not change the outcome. Listen then, and learn how all began.
How long has it been since the world was undone? Since light and life gave way to darkness and undeath. Since we were reduced to beasts befouled, squabbling over what scant ether remains. But you are different. You remember who you were and the paradise for which you fought. That world will never be ours again. But we need not suffer in this purgatory of death and rebirth forever. Join me, and together we shall seek the promised land.
There is no hope, no freedom from the wheel. You speak a fantasy.
I speak truth, the Ascian's revelation. There are other worlds than this. Ours is but one of 14. There is no greater proof than the whispers we hear, born of a neighboring reality. A reality to which we may journey if we can but break down the barrier that divides us.
You meant it then. We will take this world as our own. Count me in.
So they mean to cross over.
In return for your strength, I offer you opportunity to pursue your own ends in service to a greater cause. A glorious kingdom of light, wherein all may know death's sweet embrace.
And thus did we begin our great work.
You intend to forsake the 13th and conquer the Source?
Just so. Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
You served Golbez of your own volition.
As atonement for my failures, I tried to be a hero. Tried to stop the war. But I could not.
So in turn you wage another.
A means to a final end. The wheel of depravity must be broken. Even the most exalted succumb. We eat and deepen the stain upon our souls, until only the hunger remains. Is this to be our fate for all eternity?
I don't know. About this and a great many things. But I do know that it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. Not everything need be a trade. This I learned from the people of this world. Even without a contract, without any expectation of personal gain, they labor for one another. I didn't understand it at first, and perhaps I still don't. But if I'm to achieve something, I'd rather do it their way. Else I am already a hunger-maddened beast.
Perhaps we have indeed
Crazy
surrendered
talking
to
in
the
a world where
hunger
people
after a
always do
fashion.
everything for themselves.
Make for our moon. There you will find both Lord Golbez and your dragon. Never. Our triumph is at hand, and the knowledge will avail you naught. But to be so viciously slandered, pride demands I prove my virtue at the last. And perhaps your own will resonate with his, and draw forth that singular jewel which abides deep within his heart. A desire which lies beyond his quest to free us from our purgatory. A desire all his own.
I mean, wanting to free them from that place isn't bad in and of itself. Enslaving Dragon Boy's sister and feeding off of her ether, though, isn't exactly great. My inquiries delayed me. I'm not accustomed to conversation, but I'm glad I arrived in time to speak with Rubicon. As much as I understand his motives, I believe there's a better way, yours. The future you strive for is one I wish to see. And I want to know why I feel this way, why this fire burns in my breast. There's nothing more for us here. What, Alsdal's legacy? Has there been word from Y'shtola and the others? No. I see. Frustrating, perhaps, but better that the gate be destroyed than used to unleash more scent. We should return to Mehaduta and rejoin the others.
Thank goodness you're both all right. Unfortunately, we have nothing further to report apart from the loss of the gate. But tell us, how did you fare on the mountain? Golbez aspires to deliver Voidsent unto the source, where they may die and return to the life stream to be reborn.
Far be it for me to deny them, but the cost to our people would be beyond unconscionable.
Indeed, Voidsent themselves are inherently dangerous. Never mind the chaos sure to follow should the barrier twixt our worlds be shattered. 'Twould be naught less than a calamity. Certainly not. That said, our task has been rendered rather difficult.
Indeed. Rubicante hath deprived us of a means to cross into the void.
Kenyatso's faint. That was doubtless what he meant when he said his part was done.
Golbez sacrificed 2 archfiends just to stop us. He must need more time to break the barrier to our world.
Then the days ahead will be critical. We must find a way back to the 13th.
Must we?
We could employ another Atomos, but that approach would only be viable if we found another planar fissure. An unlikely prospect.
Could we create a planar
Better
fissure?
we explore other avenues.
The dark earth.
If you will excuse my absence, I shall return to Sharlayan to look for information.
By all means. Meanwhile, I shall seek the counsel of our alchemists.
Time is of the essence, so wish me luck.
I'm no scholar. I'll find another way to keep myself busy here.
My question is why are they planning on crossing over now and not several thousand years ago when the guy's sister crossed over? Like, all this stuff started happening supposedly a few thousand years ago when his sister went through the void. So why is it that they're planning on coming through now and they hadn't done it a long time ago? Like, us coming through the portal and causing chaos doesn't exactly help speed them along on their goal. Like, I don't understand why now and not way before now. It's not exactly like we're helping them achieve that.
I don't doubt it. She's a veritable researcher of light.
Zero. May we call upon thee when next we venture unto the 13th.
Aye. And in case you're wondering, I won't ask for further payment.
You better not.
I will go for myself, to try and understand why I spoke the words I said to Rubicante. And the fire I felt within, when you all came to my aid in Garlemald.
While our esteemed sorceress battles her tomes, let us see to our own affairs.
I will not fail you again, sister.
Like, there's still a water one. We haven't done anything to him.
It's a red moon.
Cagnazzo and Rubicante have joined with the Great Flow.
We only defeated one guy, we didn't defeat two. What the heck? Doesn't make sense. What happened to the other guy?
In this world, 'tis the ravenous who are useful, and few were as ravenous as they. You were fine pawns, my archfiends, and you have played your parts to perfection. But with the goal
I don't
in
get how we
sight,
killed two people
I need no
by killing
minions
one
to
person.
do my bidding.
That doesn't make sense.
Hereon, I shall walk alone.
So how did we defeat two people when we only defeated one person? Last time I checked, one did not equal two. Did he use the clear sky shout? Is there in a crater on the moon? Of the 13th? So why are they on a crater?
At long, long last, the end draws nigh. The end to life on that star, and the end to my suffering.
picking up some spice. Mirde told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Hainish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. I'm wondering how she perceives taste being like half, not hollow, or what are they? Well, being more void creature than anything. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Medellin can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, the variety being the spice of life, perhaps you would like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Yeah, try her out with the California Reaper, or Carolina Reaper. Fine by me, you can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Colorful array of spices, pure out of the hempen sacks. Tiny husk of a citrus scent. Perhaps they will imbue dishes with a zesty note. Let's see. Crimson powder. Bright red in color. This powder is hot. It's hot just to look at it. It will likely introduce a healthy sweat when consumed. Let's see what other ones we have. Black corns. These corns tingle your nose with their pungent yet enticing aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accent. Let's see. These yellow flakes appear to have been grated from a thick root. Their sharp aroma suggests a bracing flavor. I want to see the spicy one. It's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Oh, certainly wish to observe your reaction. Oh no. Let's see. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero, and do give Medellin my regards.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Woo. Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once.
Enough fire to give everyone
And for your
pain.
excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Finely
Grateful
ground
though I am for the
Carolina
offer,
Reapers.
I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel.
Fully unlock all
Another
that
time,
capsaicin
perhaps.
and burn everyone out of the joint.
Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Make yourselves comfortable before the pain.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
Salts will make a lot of
In the beginning,
meats, especially
this land
last
was
way
no more than
longer.
refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation, and naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew.
Yeah, that in and of itself is not bad.
In this world,
it's only a problem
where we
if
may
it causes
reclaim
calamity
our
all of a sudden.
mortality.
Just don't cause chaos over here and we'll be fine with
Nonetheless,
that. But no,
it's wrong
not
to
gonna
damn
happen.
another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante. As I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek. What is going on?
What's happening?
Fire for
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
It is fire.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
It burns! It burns!
They said that it wasn't for the faint of heart. What did you expect?
To better maintain the facade, the alchemist ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food.
This is why, you know what you do? You take a chip or something, you dip just a little bit in, and you see how spicy it is. Then you go, I wonder if I want to have this or not in a larger quantity.
However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
Guessing Zero's gonna be fine with it. We both finished it, jeez.
I I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduda.
Going to handle
Come,
all the spice?
let us pay him a visit.
They said it wasn't for the faint of heart. Like, you were warned. Here, Estinian, we brought you something that's totally not spicy.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Yeah, working out. Okay.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks. Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Shall we disrobe as well?
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
At last. We've been looking for you.
My friends! Tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Uriange's assistance.
Oh.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Does he have an idea of how to get there?
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography.
Yeah.
And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th.
I mean,
Of
there's
course,
14
there is the
different-
risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Uriange's counsel.
There's 14 different worlds that are all similar, though, so what's to say that we wouldn't end up on the 12th, or 11th, or 9th, or 6th, or any of the other number of different reflections. What's to say that we're going to end up where we want to be?
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
She seems confident.
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm.
You plan on bringing him there in his full form? Jeez.
My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
But he had all the towers gathering ether
Then
from around
we shall
the
need
planet.
someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
We don't have towers
Just
set up
so,
around
Your
the world
Excellency.
gathering ether.
I intend to head back anon for that very purpose,
the thing.
as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all.
Like, the tower doesn't really...
May I
the
trouble
tower
you to
was
serve as
never
their
designed
escort?
to generate ether. It was designed to gather it in large quantities from all the other towers.
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
Now all those other towers are gone. How is that tower supposed to
For my
function?
part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the
Doesn't
star.
make sense.
Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
It's the moon. The Dark Throne.
Voice acted. My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited for the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. Especially as the tower is not a generator, it's simply a gatherer. As you know, we seek to open the Voidgate in Mira Latorium that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it to the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Tlafroy spires. With such a method, however, death poses an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of the world. Thus we seek an alternative means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task, death, pertained to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal onto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsberg contingent. If we would employ different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first, viewing the idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed. Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing there. I shall reveal more. Speaking with the furry bunny boy. Whose skin just so happens to be blacker than
if
black.
It isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen a black guy with that dark of skin. Like, it's blacker than black. Crazy black.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan.
Suppose there's
you are
probably
welcome
some
to
black
call me
people that have
Vritra,
skin that black,
if you
but
prefer.
It's gotta be really rare.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
I pray you
but
forgive us
man,
our
it's
intrusion.
Black.
If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
Like, look at how black that is. Jeez. I've never seen anyone with skin that dark before.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenfil occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Ah, I see.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition.
It's interesting. It never
As
used
I
to
may
make
be
a
away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather...
Not only that, he seems to have a green undertone to his skin. That I've never
homecoming.
seen. Yeah, there's
But
like
enough
a
about
green
me.
undertone
You have
to his
business too,
skin.
yes? And I'm in the way.
Yeah, always in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
Yes.
You have a knack for finding trouble.
We do.
If Gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission.
Do it.
Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world.
Very grave.
As representative,
Yes.
I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system.
Well connected.
You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
Guy is well connected.
You're quite welcome.
Jeez.
Now then, if you'll excuse me.
He's got connections all over the place, being a gleaner, I suppose.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
After watching ReZero, I use the words I suppose a whole lot more. Beatrice is really worn off on me. How much she says I suppose is ridiculous. Beatrice noises. Let me see. I know they made this whole 4-minute compilation of her just saying I suppose. It's kind of hilarious.
Title, I suppose. Marie, I suppose. Suppose. Living, I suppose. I suppose. Have, I suppose. Working, I suppose. I suppose. Here now, I suppose.
Like, I never used to say I suppose so
Let us
much
leave
in
matters
normal
here to Mistress
conversation.
Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
It's funny when you're watching something like that and it rubs off on you.
Right then, time to
Even
put our
just
best foot forward.
subconsciously. Man, how many trees have died?
A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful.
And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
Oh, the letter could be important, though. It wouldn't take all that long to read it.
Hello? What's this then? Visitors? How delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss.
Forgive us for the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested at the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted.
Oh, it's no bother at all. We simply built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. A pity we never got to use them. How muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large, and we extracted ourselves from waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who could have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrilling dancing on the knife's edge of failure.
They are glad for you, quite. On the subject of ethereal tanks, do you know what became of them?
What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember.
I don't know why I decided to make her British.
But I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't."
Very well, we shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look out after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual, attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Could have also mentioned the fact that it's a lolly.
The face launched a tiny boat. How have you been, Pack? Able to catch up a bit of rest? Well, I don't know what about the ether tanks. Who in begot's name would? Born right in my own workshop they were.
A pleasure as always, Master Kakal. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating.
And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in little old tanks?
Permit me to explain.
I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we owe more than we can ever repay. If you ever need ether tanks and they're at your disposal, there's just one problem. You'd need the form's approval to set foot on the Isle of Ham. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that's a lot. We can't wipe their asses unless it's in accordance with their procedural motions.
You may be rest assured that my backside is immaculate.
Don't arrest me. Thalic's thumping thighs at Master Fortuno and Skolok Montague. What a surprise.
Pardon the intrusion. The forms deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the island of Ham for the purpose of etheric extraction on one condition. On account of rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any creatures you encounter. Easy. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Aldessian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude. We felt expediting the request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We've taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the island of Ham. Your vessel awaits in the Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those ether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them whenever you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. And that's when she's gonna read the letter and realize it was something very important that she should have read earlier. Oh, man. Something that could potentially be very important and only takes a few minutes to read. Let's just deal with all this stuff that's going to take a really long time first. Yeah, you may end up regretting that.
Bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect.
No.
If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
So are you. Just say the word. Alright, sir, we're ready to depart.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Late. Unacceptable. Leave without him. We should have left.
Forgive me my delay.
Not at all. Unacceptable. Unexcusable. What do you think?
'Tis good to see
you're
you.
doing showing up late, Thancred? Off with his head.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly.
Especially when he can just hop vessels.
Urianje tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face.
when you can just hop vessels, you can go from being 5 years old to being 92 in a second.
And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
I need to get a hat like that, jeez.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Okay. We're dealing with a large amount of ether here. How does knowledge about souls help us here? I think that the person that would be the most useful here would potentially be Sid. Because we're also going to be dealing with a lot of technology given the tower's design. I'm wondering if my equipment is even going to be good enough to do this. No. 605. That could be tricky. Okay, let's watch the rest of this. This is honestly pretty good. I'm glad that I found out how to make it give me
Even Jake Tapper can't believe her
audio
words.
cues
Listen to
once
this.
it's done.
Our border is secure, and we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis.
It's secure? I don't think so. I seem to remember quite a few big cities complaining about being overrun. Democrat sanctuary cities complaining about their cities being overrun. So the border is secure? Maybe you should go to places like New York and tell them that the border is secure, because I think that's just factually incorrect.
And we have to fix a broken
Objectively
system.
incorrect.
And we also
a broken system. Isn't that what Trump was doing with the border wall?
You think it is secure? You think the border is secure?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
It is not secure?
Go to New York and tell them that the border is secure. Okay, that's where we're shipping a lot of them off to, is these sanctuary cities, and thankfully we're doing that so that liberals see the problem. Like, oh, it doesn't affect me. They're only coming through in Texas, only causing all these problems in Texas. It doesn't affect me. I don't live there. I don't have to deal with it.
I believe that we are in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and there needs to be federal investment to support those migrant families.
No. You don't get to steal, because that's what it is. You don't get to just take money from law-abiding, hardworking citizens of the United States to fund welfare programs, which don't really help in the long term these people. It's like giving them fish rather than teaching them to fish. You don't get to take from hardworking United States citizens to give fish out to people who cross the border illegally. That's not a good solution. That's not a good long-term solution. The good long-term solution is for Mexico to fix their shit and get their own shit together so that they don't have to come here in the first place. If you really care about the people of Mexico, that's what we should be doing, not just handing out free fish. Handing out free fish doesn't fix the problem.
Families.
Do you think that the border is secure? Is that what you said?
Yes, the border is secure.
But if you have millions of undocumented migrants coming into the country, how is the border secure?
Exactly.
Jake, this is not a new,
this is not a productive conversation.
New crisis.
Yeah,
it
it's
does
not.
require.
It's been going on for a very long time, and it used to be in the past that even people like Obama were fighting it. Now we have an administration that just welcome them all in. Even more illegal immigrants were exported during Biden's presidency than I believe was ever done before, if I remember correctly. Obama kicked so many of them out of the country. It's crazy. You never hear anything about that, though.
That's a good point. What did you just say, Lawrence?
So it is a crisis now.
Yeah, it is.
Secure. So which is it? Is it a crisis or is it a border that's secure? Like she says, she's the only one saying that. We're seeing record numbers. We're seeing thousands of people cross every single day. Look at the images. A 2-month-old baby was crossing. It's just good to see Elon Musk and Representative Gonzalez.
Well, I guarantee you the baby wasn't crossing. The mother was crossing with the baby.
Doing the job that President Biden should do, that Kamala Harris should do. We aren't seeing those images. We aren't seeing them visit the border. We did see AOC visit and start crying when she saw the kids.
Just think of all the welfare that they're going to collect. Oh my goodness. That's the problem with our system, is it's so broken. Literally anyone can get on welfare for literally any reason. Unemployment, you name it. They got all the freebies. They're collecting all the fish and not learning to fish and not fishing. All off of the working class. You gotta be kidding me.
In cages, even though that was a Barack Obama thing, because Donald Trump was in office and not Joe Biden.
I think it's both things. You were asking, is it a secure or is it a crisis? I think they think it is a secure crisis because they've got a handle on it. They're letting the people in. There you can see once again where the Border Patrol cut the razor wire because there were so many people, and ultimately the Border Patrol doesn't want anybody to drown. If people are going to come that far, they're going to let them in, and then they're going to process them.
They just can't keep up with the talking points, though, Brian. Senator Patty Murray, chairwoman of the Appropriations Committee, this is what she told reporters. She says there are some colleagues that are concerned about more border security. John Tester from Montana, who's going to be in a heated race, said the border needs some attention. Of course, Gavin Newsom was just on Hannity on Wednesday and said that there's some challenges at the border. So every Democrat that has a brain right now, because they know it's going to be a big issue in the next election, Brian.
People in these Democrat cities are complaining about it. Oh, why are they sending them here? Oh, we don't want to have to deal with this problem. It should only have to be dealt with by the people in Texas. See, if I have to deal with the problem and the problem's in my back door, I don't want that.
I want somebody else to take care of the problem. They don't really care that, you know, they don't really care about the problem until it's in their back door. Then they're like, oh, this is a problem. Sure. Well, I should watch this, yeah. Cthulhu, is that you? This might have some interesting mechanics to try and dodge. Yeah, this could be fun. Yeah. Maybe I should have watched the video for this one. Okay, let's see. So, okay. I evidently got I am alive, yes. I'm not sure what that does. I guess we want to stay inside of it. Too low on health there. And accept that. That would be alive in time. Oh, I am dead again. We are dead. Then we're gonna accept the resurrect.
course, everyone is gone, as is their custom. 607, yes. See, I can't check. Yeah, I can't check that. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum,
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once.
Get to work.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of ether here.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
I can see why these containers are the choices.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force. And you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution.
We gain nothing.
Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me?
Binds me?
A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
You trust us sometimes.
Trust?
What is trust?
I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world.
Trust is earned.
Full often did Memoriates betray their own. Corrupted by the very power they wielded.
Just like respect. Respect.
You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought. And alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Although in the
Just
area
stay
of
close to this
respect,
one.
I would say respect
You'll learn in no
is
time.
earned and given. You give respect until they prove they deserve otherwise. Trust works somewhat oppositely. You don't trust them until they prove they've earned it.
Absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
You've heard what
Indeed.
lingers in the dark.
The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again.
Oh no.
Don't let me down, hmm?
I guess I have nothing to fear if I am not really a crafter. I guess I can just still get some of the best gear from boss raid drops, which, I mean, that works for me.
Or acknowledging that there's some sort of problem
Right.
at the border.
Yeah, there's a problem. How about a town of 28,000, as you mentioned, Ainsley, with 8,000 a day crossing? We're almost at the levels of all of 2022 right now and 2023 of illegals who have come across, let alone the gotaways. So if you are the President of the United States and you want to get 4 more years mysteriously, yet the economy's not good, the foreign policy doesn't rate high, you don't have a good...
I could care less what the president's Twitter feed says, or X's Twitter feed says. Like, you're there for the job. I could care less about the other stuff. It's a job. If you perform well at the job, I want you there. I could care less what your feed says. Like, he's just not performing at the job. So, yeah.
Good rating right now, approval rating overall. What do you do when you lose head-to-head with Governor Haley by 6 and to most polls to the former President Trump? You have to quickly vilify your opponent. But first point out something that is not happening, and that is bipartisan.